Commissioner and everyone, I appreciate your testimony today, and I want to echo a lot of the sentiments of many of my colleagues in both houses, both sides of the aisle. I want to thank you for your positive efforts for working for our kids and families, and certainly working with the legislature to make the state a little better in that regard. The state received $2.4 billion in pandemic stimulus funds in fiscal year 22 from the Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act and American Rescue Plan Act of 21. The fiscal year 23 budget does not contain an appropriation for COVID relief funds. Can you tell us how much COVID relief funding remains, and how you will target use of the remaining funds, please?
Yeah. So just to be clear, and I think you're the second person to ask that question. I want to be.
I missed it.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good news that we've not lost the $2.5 billion. That it's actually it's just simply been rolled over and reappropriated. So it doesn't look like a new appropriation. That's I think the first answer to your question. And the second is that 2021 was an extraordinarily busy year for us at OCFS. We are very, very anxious, as I know are all of you, to make sure that we are spending every dollar of our federal child care pandemic. So there were lots of things that were released in 2021 that are now out there for spending in local social service districts. So it's the 10% cap on copays, and that means that counties, that's a cap. Many of them afford less than a 10% copay for families. We launched an essential workers scholarship where we originally allocated $25 million. It was so popular. We had leftover CARES dollars. We spent $80 million supporting essential workers. We expanded Quality Stars by $35 million. And then we have 12-month eligibility. We're paying for a minimum of 24 absences. And then we just announced last Friday, $70 million of $100 million desert. And then we've got a couple of things that we'll be rolling out soon. So we are on a all-out effort here to get that money out the door to districts and to make sure that districts, this is where we need our county executives who are, I know, busy with all kinds of pandemic funds, but we have a lot of money in our childcare space. We have rollover funds that are on the table, and we need an all-out effort to make sure that it's getting spent before these funds expire in a couple of years.
So, but I wasn't sure I heard you. It rolled over, but how much how much of that 2.4 remains? All 2.4 or?
Oh, I'd have to calculate that. I know that we spent well over $1 billion has been spent between the stabilization grants. We've obligated $900 million. And then, we've paid out the Quality Stars and other initiatives. So there remains a lot to be clear. We've pushed out a lot, but there remains a lot still to be liquidated. It's been made available to spend.
How long do you think what remains will last? And is there a clock on how long you have to spend it?
Yes, there is. And we have multiple clocks going here, right? So there's the base subsidy, our federal dollars that we have rollover. We got to make sure that they do not lapse and expire. So we watch those. And then, as I said, the CARES money, we're good there. Almost all of that has been liquidated. It's the CRISA and ARPA that are left to be spent. The ARPA is the largest pot that we have left to be spent, and that has to be liquidated by September 30th of 2023. So we've got some time.
Okay.
But the clock ticks fast, so we've got to get people spending. Yes, it does.
Sure does. All right, thank you very much. Chairwoman, I'll yield my last 15 seconds back.
Thank you very much.